I often get asked about Twitter lists. So I'm just going to show you how to add somebody to a Twitter list. It's a great way to create leads as well. So if you go, let's say if we click on someone there in my timeline that's engaged with me. Okay, so Monica, let's click on Monica. She's a jewelry and card maker, so I've never engaged with her before. So let's add her to a list. She could be, for example, an impressive female. She could be talking about mindfulness, or we can create a crafters list. So let's do that. So these are my lists. I'm just going through them there. And you can click create a list. So let's create a new list of crafty folk. So you can make that public or private. If you make it private, they will not get a notification saying that you've added them to a list. If you make it public, they will. So it's also a good way to start a relationship with someone. You know, they kind of see themselves getting added onto a list and then they go, oh, what's this, you know? So I'm going to put her into the crafty folk list. So she will get a notification saying that. But lists are great as well. You know, I'm going to click on my lists here. As you can see, I've got a lot of lists. But they're a great way as well to, you might see somebody and you might forget, oh, I must remember that's where I can get a headshot done, for example. I've just added someone to a headshot list. It's a great way to also find interesting people that you want to keep an eye on. So I have an interesting list called Cool People. So if you're on my Cool People list, that means that I really want to connect with you more offline. So I probably want to keep an eye on you and see if there's an event you're going to, see if there's something that we can maybe do together. Like let's say there's an event coming up they're talking about an event coming up that they're running, we could retweet the event for them. It just keeps us on our radar. So I have a list of Cool People. I also have locked lists, as you can see. So this is people that had expressed interest in the LinkedIn/Twitter workshop. So I have that locked because I don't want my competitors going into that list and taking them from me. So lists are great for building leads, building up a list of people that you might want to keep in touch with. Like I know there was a really interesting guy I met when I was in Bristol, taxi driver, lovely guy. So the next time I'm over there, I can actually let him know that I'm coming over, give him the business, and also keep in touch as well, because when you start relationships with people, it's important to nurture those relationships. I also have a list of chauffeurs because I might need them someday for an event, all that kind of thing. Holiday in Ireland, like suggestions. So when I'm dossing, I can have a look and see, okay, what can I do? Where can I go on holidays? I also might be going to Texas, so it's important for me to have a list of people before I go so that I can keep an eye on them and engage with them before I go to the actual event. So, it's a really, really good way. These are some of the people that attended the Women's Inspire event last time. So it's important for me to keep in touch with them because I often have women's events. So lists are great for that. So that's how to add someone to a Twitter list. I'll just do one more. I can create a new list. So let's create a new list of Work Smart, which is the webinar series I do with Microsoft. So I'm going to make a new list of people who have attended my Work Smart workshop. So what I do is I search for people who I know went to the workshop. So I know that, the people, if you want to go and search the hashtag, which is the hashtag we used during the webinar, and then put my Twitter handle in as well, you should be able to find some of those tweets. So there you go, Crystal, she came to the Work Smart webinar, so I'm going to add her to my Work Smart webinar list. Okay, so you just go and click beside the follow button. We add Crystal to our Work Smart webinar list, and that's it. This is how, it's a great way. That's how to create a Twitter list on Twitter. It's a great way to collect leads.